Okay, so I watched this video through the eyes of my boy Sean C. I say my boy. Sean doesn't know who I am. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Sean is one of them internet dudes that like I would love to be able to sit down and have a conversation with. Like just for like an hour. I just love to sit down and actually like talk to him. He seems so cool. So anyway, this is a 33-minute video, and we've already seen a little bit of it through Sean's reaction, but I want to see it myself. I want to experience the bullshittery for myself, because I'm not gonna lie to you, this video seemed really dumb, so I want to see how dumb this video gets.
You're probably wondering
without Sean's reaction. Okay.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this: do you believe her?
Okay, so this was like my first point of contention, bro. This was my first point of contention. I think there is like one instance, right? There's like one instance where you should be, or where the conversation of like body count comes into place. And that is in just general terms of experience, what to expect. Right? Because I've only been with one woman, which was my ex-wife. Right? My claim to fame is that the first time I ever made my ex-wife finish, she almost broke my neck. And if you're confused at that, I want you to think about what position we needed to be in for that to happen, okay? So, we were together 2.5 years. That's 2.5 years of straight fucking. Because that was like the only good thing about our relationship. All right? But at the end of the day, I do only have one person under my belt. If I meet someone and they've got 10 people, then I just need them to know that I'm coming to the table with the experience of one person while they're coming to the table with the experience of 10 people. So we might need to have a little bit more communication. That's the only time any of that shit matters, bro. But if you're like, if you're that one of those weirdos that like just randomly starts asking people their body count on dates and stuff, you are so fucking far gone. You have lost the plot, bro. Because why do you give a shit? Why do you actually care how many people your partner has been with? That's what I want to know. I want to know why you give a fuck who your partner has been with. That doesn't make no damn sense to me. That's stupid.
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah. I remember I was just like, what? But she was like, she was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap.
Sometimes I get so...
All right, this is my second point of contention. Okay. Age gaps are this really fucking, like, nuanced subject that a lot of people just don't get the nuance on, right? If you are above the age of, say... like, let's go all the way back, bro. Let's go from 18. From 18 to like 21, that's the age range that those age ranges need to be dating in. You know what I mean? Right? So like if you're like 22, 23, stay away from the 18-year-olds, right? Keep it to the 20, 21-year-olds, right? But like then as you start getting up there, once you pass 25, you need to leave everybody like 21 and below alone. And 22 is even pushing it. Right? And then as you get older and older, so I'm 32. I don't go any more lower than 6 years. 6 years is my cutoff. And so 26, right? And 26 is pushing it. Now above, I try to keep it 6 years above, but I can go up to like 40. Right? 38, 40 years old, I can do that age range. I'm fine with that. But I don't go lower than 6 years. Because once you go lower than 6 years, it starts getting into really muddy waters. I don't like that. Cause like if I'm talking to somebody who's, 23, 24 years old, I can't help but look at that person as so young and inexperienced that how would I ever feel right hooking up with or dating somebody that young and inexperienced? I could never feel right doing that, right? No matter how physically attractive they may or may not be. So as you go further and further up the pole, I think once the younger partner hits like 27, 28, 27 to 30 years old, then it just stops mattering. Like, I'm still going to eye you. I'm still going to pay attention, right? I'm still going to be like, if you're like 55 dating somebody who's like 28, I'm still going to be like kind of skeeved out. But at the very least, I can say, oh, you know, they're 28 years old. They're above the age of 25. Their frontal lobe's fully developed. That's whatever, right? There's no gigantic power dynamic at that point. I don't feel like, but like 30, in this case, it's 32 to 20. It's 32 to 21. That is fucking weird. That is fucking weird, bro. You are a weirdo. What are you doing? Like, at that point, I know for a fact you manipulated this girl. I know it. I know for a fact I don't know how you did it. I don't know if it was your money, your fame, your whatever, bro. But I know that if you're 31 dating, or if you're 32 dating a 21-year-old, you manipulated that girl 7 ways to Sunday, and you're never gonna tell me you didn't, because of course you fucking did. Because 21-year-olds are fucking stupid and they're easily manipulated. And guys who date that young, they know that shit. They know these people are easy. That's why he's not dating another 30-year-old. That's why he's not dating a 27-year-old. Because he knows that he can't feed a 30 or 27-year-old the same bullshit he can feed a 21-year-old to get that 21-year-old to want to be with him. That's why I don't trust no motherfuckers in an age gap, bro.
So, boom. I've said for years, I really don't care what people got going on in their personal lives. However, when you post onto the global platform that is the internet and then it comes across my desk, it is now my business. Obviously, the individuals that you just so happen to see.
So, the way I look at this is that bullying bad people is a form of therapy, right? Like, when fucking, Dr. Diddler Respect got caught inappropriately messaging a minor, right? And all that shit finally came out. Making fun of him was like fucking therapy for me, bro. That shit was so cathartic to just fucking let loose, to just have somebody. And also, like, I also never liked Dr. Disrespect from like, like ever, bro. I never liked the motherfucker. Like, from the very first time I ever saw him, I never liked him. I never liked his fucking, his persona. I never liked any of that shit, bro. So being able to just be like, yeah, I fucking knew it, right? Like, obviously I didn't know he was messaging minors, but like nowadays, you fucking throw a rock into popular YouTubers and you'll probably find somebody who's been messaging minors. It's absolutely ridiculous. But I always knew he was a shit human being, right? So that was cool. Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, Matt Walsh, I bully them motherfuckers every day. Every single day of my life I wake up and I go, all right, how can I make fun of them? I could build an entire YouTube career off of making fun of conservative, red-pilled losers who think that they're hot shit because all they do is say a bunch of nothing. But with that in mind, I think that the internet is way too quick to try and make fun of people who, like, they just kind of find cringe. Like, I don't like cringe culture. I don't. I think it's fucking weird, bro. I think it's so weird to watch somebody, like, enjoying themselves, or somebody has, like, they have, like, a little quirk that you find weird, and you just have to bully that person. Like, I find that shit so fucking bizarre, bro. I find it so bizarre. Like, you'll see this shit all the time. Like, somebody will be scrolling. You'll be scrolling to, like, TikTok, and you'll come across somebody that's, like, doing a jig and they're like bad at dancing, right? Like, they got like no rhythm and they're like doing a jig to some fucking T-Pain song or something. And then the comments are just full of people just going, oh, look at this motherfucker, he think he cool, or something like that. And the person did nothing but dance. All they did was dance. They danced horribly, but all they did was dance. And like, you thought that was like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like if you're always looking for a reason to make fun of somebody just for them existing or enjoying themselves in a way that you think is kind of weird, I think you're weirder than they are, bro. I think you need to reevaluate the way you approach shit.
There's Akash Singh, one half of the very successful podcast Flagrant alongside Andrew Schultz, and a very successful stand-up comedian in his own right. Unfortunately for him, the funniest thing about him is his relationship.
Different. My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Let me ask you this.
And
Do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe.
When I was in college, I dated this guy. You know, he didn't want to fool around when I was on like the heaviest days of my period. Okay, totally understandable. I get that. And I was like, oh, great. Good news. My period ended. Like, we can like have fun tonight, blah, blah. And he was going down on me. Like, wouldn't you know it, I was still spotting. And also, if you're like poking around down there, like more blood can sometimes come out.
I might seem like a little bit of a hypocrite for this, but you don't got to tell the internet everything. Like I'm kind of known by my community for telling personal stories and shit. Of like fucked shit that's happened to me and everything. Like I got a whole playlist on my YouTube channel called Life Stories where I just talk about like the jobs I've worked and the people I've been with and the dates I've been on, bro. But like you don't need to share everything. I think that's the problem with the internet is a lot of people feel like they need to share everything, bro. They need to get everything out there. They need to make everything everybody else's business because everyone's chasing that 2.5 seconds of fame, bro. Everybody's chasing that 2.5 seconds, that 3 seconds of fame. They're trying so desperately to get a viral clip that's going to skyrocket them into fucking Hawk Tuah fandom until they fizzle out like a firecracker, bro. They don't care about making a long-lasting, influential content creation career. All they want is for somebody to go, is for like, 10,000 people to comment on a video like this or a story like this and go, he did what? He tasted what? No way. And then a bunch of fucking reaction photos. And then TikTok will pay you like 50 cents for 40,000 views. And then you fucking move on with your life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like you don't need to tell the internet everything.
Your period is over. And I swear to God, like I thought my period was done. He like looked at me with so much disgust, and I'll never forget that moment. Like I felt so ashamed and so dirty, and like he was like, how could you do this to me, and all this stuff. Ruined the night and like whatever. And he was my boyfriend at the time.
So according to Akash, you were a virgin when the two of you got together. You was 31, you were 22. You hadn't had any experience, but you said when you was in college, usually that's between age 18 or late 17 to 22, you had a boyfriend who you couldn't do something on a particular day because you were on a period. So that would signify that there'd be use of the...
I hate the way this motherfucker talks. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Look, man, I don't know nothing about this guy. This is the very first video by Chiseled Adonis I've ever seen, but I hate the way this motherfucker talks. I can't. I'm not trying to be mean, bro, but you could just be like, okay, so you said you're a virgin, but you also said you got ate out after your period was supposedly over. So are you really a virgin? Like, that's all you got to do. You don't got... Fucking
vaginal area. Hence, you still decided to go and run said red light.
Wait, what is... Okay, I know running the red light ain't terminology for eating box. I'm gonna have to Urban Dictionary this shit because I'm stupid as shit. To have sex with a girl while she's on her period. Oh, never mind. Never mind, chat. Let me take my own advice, bro.
Two completely different stories.
God, I'm actively trying to have an orgy and you haven't seen.
What a way to start a story. What a way to start a fucking story, bro. I just sat down. I just got here. Could you imagine if people talked this way in real life, bro? Like you go to the bar or something and you're fucking like, you order a drink and you turn your head and there's a guy next to you. And you turn your head over here and there's a girl on this side of you. And you decide, man, I want to make some friends tonight. So you introduce yourself. Go, hi, I'm JoJo. You go, hi, I'm Frank. You turn to the girl. You go, hi, I'm JoJo. She goes, hi, I'm Ashley. I tried to start an orgy one night. 3 minutes into this 33-minute video, dog. Oh my God, we're gonna be here all night.
Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches.
Why are we? I don't think you need to be doing that, bro. Like this is what I'm talking about, man. Like not only you telling the story about having an orgy, bro, but then you're telling this dude's wife how big his dick is. Wild. Also, I can confirm from earlier that all those fucking bomb sound effects and shit going off is definitely Adonis, the guy who uploaded this video.
Beg your pardon?
I can extend a little bit of grace. We all have
put this shit on
different
2x
sense of humor.
speed.
And on top of that, this could just be rage bait or clip farming because you got to recognize they just started this podcast. So they got to do what they got to do to mess around and get monetized, get more eyes on what transpires. So perhaps a woman talking about another woman's husband's manhood in front of that woman, posted into the ethos of the internet is enough to go and generate clicks, but that's neither here nor there.
Different. My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helps connect a lot more.
Let me ask you this, how do you believe her?
How many times is he gonna replay this clip?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe.
Okay, I have two butthole stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore. Oh my God. And
This sounds like every fucking gay story I've ever heard from every guy who sucks at stand-up comedy in the entire fucking world, bro. Like, y'all don't get it, man. Y'all don't get it. Every single dude who thinks that they're fucking funny has told this exact same story on a fucking amateur open mic stage. I used to host amateur open mics, bro. I used to teach an improv class. I've been doing comedy since I was 9 years old. You know how many times I've heard this fucking story? Yeah, bro, my buddy came over to sleep. We had a couple beers. And I woke up the next morning and my butthole was sore. That's bro, that shit's right there next to the fucking a deaf girl and she sounded like a dying seal joke. That's like the most basic of basic ass jokes in the entire world, bro. It's lame as shit.
remember that he, like, I was like trying to finger me in my ass. I'm like, first of all, we were not on those like terms.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helps connect a lot more.
Let me ask you this, how do you believe her?
I'm sorry, when I got to college, I was like, oh my God, it's like open season, and like all these guys are like starting to give me attention, and like everyone's being so social. And literally, like the first guy I met on the first day I moved in, I ended up dating him on and off for a year.
Open season? That's a very odd terminology to utilize when you're talking about not engaging in carnal knowledge. And of course.
So it was actually at this point in Sean C's video where I feel like I had to watch this video for myself. I had to watch it without Sean in the corner and his chat going wild, because this fucking reaction right here not pissed me off. That's an over exaggeration. I wasn't pissed off. I was extremely irritated with this reaction right here, bro. Cause like, how are you gonna tell me that, like, first off, you don't know if what's this dude's name? Akash. You don't know if Akash's story about his wife telling him that she's a virgin even happened, right? He could just be making that shit up, right? So like all this like what is this detective work to figure out whether or not his wife was a virgin when they met? I don't understand that. I don't understand the point of this video. That's why I want to watch it for myself, because I'm trying to figure out what the point of this video is, bro. Why are you doing detective work to figure out whether or not this mediocre comedian? And look, bro, if you're a fan of Akash Singh, I'm sorry, but like he's okay. He's not great. He's not like top tier. Why are you doing detective work to figure out whether or not this mediocre comedian's wife was a virgin when she met him? Second of all, when she's saying it's like open season, what she means is that the dating pool is large. You are a grown-ass man. You should know this shit. Third, and this is something Sean said, and I agree with him, engaging with this kind of content every once in a while teaches you that these dudes are not talking to women. They do not engage with women on a regular basis. They do not talk to women. They do not enjoy the presence of women. Okay? They don't care about women. And that's the problem. That's the fucking issue. Is that y'all don't know what a real woman, you've never had a conversation with a real woman, and you need to fix that. I'm sorry, bro, but you need to.
Akash said himself, the two of them were virgins, when they got together with a 9-year age gap. And she was...
I think you care a little bit too much about this shit. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I genuinely believe that you give way too much of a shit about whether or not this story is true. I genuinely just think you give too much of a shit, dog. I just really do. I think you give too much of a shit. I don't understand it.
I don't know if you watch The Boys, but I love him on The Boys.
I never watched that show, but like he's on my hall pass list.
Oh yeah.
Chase Crawford, Jacob Elordi, Austin Butler, and who else?
Michael B. Jordan. I love a pretty boy, which is why I like Chase Crawford, Michael B. Jordan. They're all so pretty.
Okay,
to look at.
Dean Thomas from the Harry Potter movies.
Okay, she brought up a list of men that she would ultimately have the hall pass for unprovoked. That's not weird.
I mean, it's not. They're having a fucking podcast. What? It's not weird at all. I mean, it's a weird conversation starter, but like, I mean, the hall pass conversation is probably, I wouldn't even say the hall pass conversation is weird. I would not even say the hall pass conversation is weird. I think that the hall pass conversation is one that is had far too often. So like, what are we saying? I'm gonna be honest with you guys, with you chat. I think this dude is like, I don't know. I think this whole video concept, I still have not, in 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes, you still have not told me why you give like this much of a fuck.
What kind of porn do you watch when you use a vibrator?
Okay, not gonna lie, I don't watch porn while using a vibrator. What? I just think my imagination is vibration enough.
What?
I'm just thinking of like my own husband while I'm like doing it.
Wait, that's kind of baller, but I could never do that.
Yeah. And
Oh, you guys are dramatic. It's not that big of a deal that she unprovoked discloses that she's incapable and unwilling to envision her husband, her spouse.
I really fucking hate the way this guy talks, bro. I'm gonna be so for real with you, chat. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through another fucking 25 minutes. Sorry, 28 minutes of this shit. I don't know, man. Wait, hold on. Life on Mars. I think people care too much about their marriage in general. Like, this is just weird, bro. It's just weird to me, dog. Like, this dude, this guy, I'm gonna walk you through the thought process here, right? This guy saw a clip of Akash Singh saying that his wife was a virgin when they met. And then this goofball went out and decided to make a 33-minute detective video to try to prove whether or not she was a virgin when Akash and her met. That is the weirdest. This is some cornball shit, bro. This is some cornball shit. I feel like you could be making a video on like a million more important things, bro. I say as I'm making a video reacting to this cornball shit. So whatever, man. Maybe we're all cornballs.
As she's masturbating with her vibrator by her lonesome. She would much prefer to watch strangers engage in the act by way of pornography. It's not.
I 110% guarantee you, without a doubt in my mind, that this goofy ass dude will watch porn while he's in a relationship and then tell his girl that it's not a big deal that he watches porn while in the relationship. I can't prove it, but I have no doubt in my mind that's the kind of guy he is. Just by the way he talks and the way that he fucking is trying to play detective on this shit, I can guarantee you he's the kind of guy to watch porn while he's in a relationship, and then when she gets mad, tell her it's not a big deal he's watching porn. I guarantee you that shit happens.
Not weird that she's unwilling and incapable of envisioning her husband and spouse doing it to her. That's not weird, especially disclosing that on a global platform like the internet.
Also, she said she could never do that. I don't think that means she's incapable, bro. You just putting words in girls' mouths, bro. But I got the sneaking suspicion that you don't like women, so
Shopping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses. I was shopping at Rainbow. I was eating buffalo chicken wraps every day. I was straightening my hair with my French tips. Like, you could not tell me nothing. And I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through. So it's like, sometimes it like literally hurts my heart.
Popping pussy and
I don't know about all that, but what I will say is that I want to know what y'all ordered for takeout on the counter back here. This looks good. I could also just be hungry.
Popping pussy in white frat houses? I mean, that's an interesting choice of words.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, the way he said that shit was kind of fucking funny. Popping pussy in white frat houses. he sounded like a deeper voice Ben Shapiro trying to do some fucking goofy ass analysis of a girl's rap song or something. So she was popping pussy in white boy frat houses. That shit's just too funny to me. I love when women say something and goofballs like this come back and like try to intellectually break down what's essentially some fucking frat girl chat.
Of course, you know, virginity, that doesn't mean as if maybe you were just twerking. Perhaps that's what you meant by popping pussy. And I could have swore you had also said you had a roster of guys you would rotate. Like I must have been watching Naruto, like 8 trigrams rotation. She must have been a big fan of the Hyuga clan. Hey, I enjoyed.
That is a horrible joke and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Watching Neji too.
Excuse my face, I just got a Fraxel, so it looks a little crazy, but it's like, who the fuck are you to talk about when I lost my fucking virginity? I will talk about it because it's my fucking sexuality and it's my fucking story, so sit the fuck down.
No, she's real for that.
Fuck up. And
she's so real for that. Wait, bipolar, what is this message, bro? Let's say, hypothetically, that she was in fact popping her pussy in her frat house. My wife is a doctor, and she says that popping pussy is actually a
Also, do you think Akash never touched a fucking woman before he met me? Like, we both hooked up with people, we both were in relationships, and then together, we both lost our virginity. So sit the fuck down, you're like...
Okay, so it sounds like she doesn't understand what losing your virginity means. Probably because she's a fucking 21-year-old with a 32-year-old.
Just unfollow me, you're so...
Wouldn't that question be warranted? Because Akash said himself the two of you were virgins, but you're pontificating, bloviating, and discussing and disclosing information Oh
my god, bro, this motherfucker's irritating the shit out of me, dog. You can use normal words, man. You don't gotta try to sound smarter than you actually are, dude. You are making a 33-minute video over whether or not this girl was a virgin before she fucked her husband. Like, we're not making some fucking societal, like, sociological essay think piece, bro. Like, we're not FD signifier up in this bitch, bro. You don't need to be participate. You don't need to do all that shit, dog. You could just say, "Oh, she's saying." You don't got to do everything else, man. I feel like that's.
Well, that's a little weird, given that man's wife, in this case, Akash Singh's wife, Jasleen, was online lusting over Luigi Mangione.
Y'all ain't never fucking, like, lusted over somebody, like a celebrity as a joke? What the fuck am I watching, bro? Why is this guy... Dude, this shit's so mad weird, bro. You're fucking weird. Why are you fucking breaking this shit down as if it's some sort of, like, you're fucking solving... You fucking are breaking this shit down like you're solving the motherfucking Jack the Ripper mystery, bro. What the fuck are you talking about, dog? You and your partner have never been like, bro, that Jennifer Love Hewitt, she is fine. Like, you never did that shit. People do that shit all the time. It's called it's called being in a healthy relationship. Again, I'm still weirded out by the age gap thing, but like, it's called being in it's just being in a healthy relationship, man. That's what it's called, dog. Like, why are you picking apart every fucking word this one? I think you just, I said this earlier, you just don't like women. There's still fucking 23 minutes of this shit left.
After the whole scandal last year where he shot and killed a healthcare CEO, so much so to
based
where she was now put into a compilation of other women who were lusting over the man. And
are you saying that you don't think that Luigi Mangione was a good guy? I mean, you seem like one of them weird red-pilled alpha male losers. So I'm gonna assume that you think that billionaire CEOs are good people that don't deserve to be fucking brought down a peg or two. I assume that's where you stand.
On nationally televised news syndicate. But that's normal behavior.
I get this little filter.
It's a ring light. Dr. Trevor, what are we doing?
So just need to sustain a bruise through some physical activity at home. And we treat a lot of bruises here. Bruises for many different reasons. And so we have a laser called the baby and that.
Also, I heard you're single. Is that true?
Alright, we're gonna go back to treating. Typically, we get these type of bruises on the neck.
Wait,
we
why?
call something else on the neck, and in surviving, we get on
Okay, I will admit, going to a doctor to get bruises removed off your ass from fucking somebody, that's kind of weird. But I bet you this Adonis guy is going to make it as misogynistic as possible.
That's normal. I mean, normal spouses have discussions with their doctors about appearances of hickeys on glutes, if you will, and proceed to take out a phone in the midst of the intimate conversation with your cheeks out, soon to possibly be spread if, you know, that's what you're in there to get evaluated and posted onto the global platform.
Please talk like a normal goddamn human being, bro. I swear to fucking God, I need you to just please speak like a normal fucking human being. Quit this. Oh, you're driving me fucking insane, bro. Oh, I hate the way. What is this motherfucker? This motherfucker has 820,000 subscribers, bro. 820,000 people watch this shit. I'm taking my like back. I was liking the video because I'm reacting to it, so I'm technically stealing content, bro. But the way you talk, like, fucking triggers my fight or flight response. Oh my fucking God, bro. Holy shit. Talk like a real goddamn person.
Form of the internet. And then, of course, you know, you could always make a joke to say, hey, are you single by any chance? I mean, given that you're in a public relationship, that's regular.
Dude, it's just a way of complimenting somebody, bro. And obviously Akash doesn't fucking mind. Holy shit. She's dating a fucking stand-up comedian. This is not the fucking 1940s, bro. This is not the 1800s. You do not need to take every single little silly flirtatious comment as her trying to cheat on her man, bro. Holy fuck, you sound just like them. You sound just like those annoying ass women that make their man block every single girl on Instagram or fucking track their man's location down to the fucking coffee shop and then ask him what the barista look like. You sound just like those psycho people who are fucking obsessed with trying to figure out whether or not their partner is actually cheating on them, bro. You sound like those women that say that saying, sorry, I have a girlfriend is actually like some form of fucking cheating through some mental gymnastics bullshit, bro. That's what you sound like. You sound like them dudes who are fucking constantly talking about how fucking all women are cheaters because she fucking smiled at the fucking valet at the casino or some shit, bro. Like, holy fuck. Jesus Christ. Also not the point where people are actually allowed to live their life however they want. Yeah. Like if the two of them are having understanding with each other that flirting is okay and that making these jokes are okay, then why the fuck do you care? I don't understand why this dude cares so much, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this fucking video, bro. I'm so like, my God.
Y'all gotta stop. You're blowing it out of proportion. It's not as if this woman's character is being called into question here.
So, first question.
I mean, it's not. You're the only one that's calling it into question. You're the only motherfucker that's calling it into question. I hate this motherfucker, dude. Oh my God, bro. This dude is mad annoying.
By Shika. Tell us what makes a happy marriage and how do you manage who compromise on what? Thank you, Shika. You don't compromise. You get what you want and you throw a fit if you don't.
Okay, that's pretty much exactly what I was gonna say in a more politically correct way. But in essence, like...
To throw a bone, though, this podcast that these two girls got going on does sound mad annoying. I'm not gonna front on that one, chat. It does sound mad annoying. I would not watch this podcast. Kenny, I don't know why your chats aren't showing up on stream, but let's see what you got. Yeah, there's a reason I stopped watching Chiseled Adonis. I used to watch because a friend showed me his football commentaries, but nowadays this bullshit is all he talks about and it's not even funny anymore. It's as you said, mad annoying. If I saw the title of this video too, again, not the point here, but who the hell cares? Happens to be a cuck. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like he gives this dude just cares too much about this random ass relationship. And to be like fully upfront too, it doesn't seem like he cares so much about the relationship as he cares about trying to catch this particular woman. Did she deny you, pussy? Did you like think to yourself, you're like, Akash is a big cuck, let me try to get in there. Like, did you try to slide in the DMs and she denied you? And so then you fucking decided you were gonna make a 33-minute video dissecting every word she said, bro?
I could boil it down to happy wife, happy life. But what I mean by that is like, okay, I think if your husband loves you enough to like approach you after an argument and just be like, hey, you know what? I don't care who's fucking right or wrong. I'll be wrong. Let's just talk about it. Do you see where I'm coming from? Yes.
Okay, that's bullshit. I have always I'm gonna give you this one. I hate the happy wife, happy life crap. If you're in the wrong, you're in the fucking wrong, and you got to admit it. You can't, like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, we're not playing this fucking game, bro. If you and I get in an argument and you're wrong, I expect you to admit you're wrong. Don't try to pull this happy wife, happy life shit on me. You're gonna be the grown ass adult you're supposed to be, and you're gonna admit you're wrong when you're wrong. Right? And even if admitting you're wrong when you're wrong is a kiss on the cheek and an offer to buy me some chicken tenders. I don't care how you apologize for being wrong, but you're going to do it. And I will do the same thing. Right? That's how relationships work. Don't fucking, we're not doing this. We're not perpetuating this idea that the woman has to always be right or your life has got to be miserable. That's fucked up. You're acting like a child at that point.
Can you see where I'm coming from? Totally. And you can just see where each other's coming from, but like also next time, don't fucking do that. Next time, don't fucking rush me when I'm already overstimulated. I would really appreciate it. No, actually, Akash is never right in an argument. And he will say, he'll be like, okay, I'll be wrong. Just because he knows as soon as he says it, I'll soften. I'll be like, yeah. You know, I know that like, I might be a little upset about this thing. And I'll be like, what the fuck do you have to be upset about? That's usually the energy I give back to him.
Sometimes you villainize your partner and you're like, oh, and you came after me and you did this.
I do that.
Yeah, me too. And then I'm like, wait, my partner loves me. It obviously didn't come from a place to hurt me. And I need to like step back and recognize that.
I have a hard time with that still.
You're just being dramatic. Did you catch what she said after an argument? Despite who's right or wrong, he should.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you guys something. 45 minutes into my reaction to this video. I do not like this girl. I think she is really fucking weird. I think she is annoying. I hate her Valley Girl accent. I hate the way she trivializes like actual deep and complex relationship issues. I think she is stupid and vapid and irritating. But the reason I don't like her is because of herself and her personality, not because she's a woman like Mr. Adonis seems to.
Admit guilt and say, I'm sorry, just so they can go and move forward. But that's regular spousal things, right? Especially if you're fully aware of the fact of this conflict showing itself in the midst of said relationship. But of course, we all have to take time to go and grow.
When I say I'm tired, she can't just let me be tired. I work 335 days a year. I'm so blessed to do what I do. This is not a complaint. But when I tell my wife I'm tired, I want her to say, I'm sorry, baby. I understand. That must be exhausting, buying me all these things. Instead, she goes, so am I. And if I dare open my mouth to go, what the fuck did you do that made you tired? Now it's a problem. Now it's a fight. So I gotta sit there.
I went to Pilates.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so this is where I'm starting to have like this half and half idea of like simultaneously thinking Adonis is a mad weirdo and kind of agreeing with him not liking this particular couple. Because why are you guys out on a podcast venting like what in the fucking Ned Fulmer am I watching right now? Why are you out on a podcast venting your public stuff? Like comedians have been doing it for a long time. If you watch the Blue Collar guys, they do it a lot where they like joke about their wives and stuff like that. But I feel like on the stage, right? On the stage, you play it up and everybody knows that you and your girl are still good. But when you start going on like podcasts and y'all start having your like actual serious relationship, whatever you want to call them, arguments, discussions, disagreements, whatever, that is when we start to enter a world of you being like, you're doing too much and you're starting to be weird.
Any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his accounts or has separate accounts, that's a fucking red flag. This is not a two-way street. This is a
Yeah, I hate this girl too. I hate this girl too, bro. She is an annoying, vapid, like Life on Mars said in the TikTok chat, superficial. Like she is irritating beyond all belief, bro. I hate this bitch. I hate the fucking douche canoe making this fucking video, and I hate this bitch. Like, the only one that I don't hate so far in this entire scenario is Akash, and I'm waiting for him to piss me off by the end of this video. Everybody in this video is an asshole.
One-way street. His money is our money, and my money is my money. And look, have I only made $600 from content creating? Why not? Sure. But that's my money!
Oh, she's just speaking tongue-in-cheek. It's not that big of a deal, and for all intents and purposes, things are taken out of context. It's not as if I went and I watched every single episode of her podcast and watched over 100 of TikToks in order to get a grasp of the type of person that she is at her core. But that's neither here nor there. I don't know.
I mean, that's on you. You're the one that sat down and decided you were going to make a 33-minute fucking video on this whole situation, seemingly unprompted. But again, I'm the one reacting to it, so maybe we're all assholes. You know what? Everybody's an asshole. He's an asshole, she's an asshole, I'm an asshole, chat's an asshole. We're all assholes in the great asshole equinox of the internet. Hooray!
These people. You know, it's not as if you'll say something and then be a blatant hypocrite right afterwards. That's not her character, right? Right?
If anyone has ever watched Real Housewives of New Jersey, like the OG seasons, like Melissa and Joe, who were like OG in like season 3, I was like, oh, I want that kind of lifestyle where her husband just takes care of like every need of hers, and I love that. But what I especially love, and I want to like separate for the girls, is like you don't have to be a trad wife for your man to be a provider. If you want to do that, and that's amazing, and I'm not saying you shouldn't do things for your husband, you absolutely should do save up for your partner, but you don't have to just cook and clean. Like you don't have to justify your presence as, you know, wanting to be in your divine feminine energy and staying at home and not having as much stress. Such a good point, and I feel like with guys, it's like, it's nice if they can remember that it doesn't always have to lead to sex, because I think it will encourage your girl to have more physical contact, because I think if the pressure of sex is always on it, then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to get him all hot and bothered. So like I kind of have to tell my husband, like, it's not.
She's actually got a point with that one. Like physical contact, you know, cuddling, making out, that doesn't always have to lead to sex. And if you're able to appreciate your woman on a physical level without having to get your dick wet, then you show her that she means more to you than just a walking flesh doll, and she's going to feel more appreciative, and then the sex is going to be better. And I'm not saying this is like a theory. I put this into practice. When I told you guys at the beginning of all this that the best thing about my marriage was the sex, it wasn't just for me. It was for her too, because I'm not a piece of shit. And it turns out when you treat women like human beings that matter, they're more willing to fuck you. Shocking revelation, I know.
Not gonna be like sex every time. Gonna be like, I need you to know that every time I will try, but that's fine if you don't like it, you know what I mean?
A few moments later.
This poor man has been rejected so many times probably by me, but if he ever rejects me or says he's not into it,
No, it's
all
different.
hell breaks loose.
This is a one-way street,
Yeah.
because that feels so like defeating, the rejection.
And we're back to her being a piece of shit. God fucking damn it, bro. I can't agree with a single thing this girl says without her turning around and being just... Hey, men are allowed to reject sex as well. And yeah, look, it doesn't feel good to be rejected, right? It can make you feel bad, and if it's been a little while and you try to initiate and you get rejected, you might think, oh, dude, they not find me attractive anymore. Like, it can feel bad. But to say that you have the right to reject sex while your man doesn't is it's rape culture. You're participating in rape culture. Congratulations, you fucking losers. Okay, so we're now 52 minutes into this recording of me reacting to this video. I am barely past the halfway mark, and I don't want to go any further. So we're gonna wrap it up here, okay? Everybody in this video is an asshole. Everybody's an asshole. This chiseled Adonis dude seems like a really misogynistic fucking loser who just hates women and is way too, like, way too attached to this situation that's got nothing to do with him. Like, I have no idea why this whole situation bothered this dude enough that he had to go out and make a 33-minute video on this. But on the flip side, Akash's wife is one of the most irritating human beings I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Like, she is legitimately a piece of human garbage, and I am like, I'm just done, bro. Look, fucking, like, Life on Mars says, hence why he got with Jocelyn, because he probably felt he couldn't do any better. No, that's for real what it feels like, bro. Like even like the comment section on the video we just like watched half of it with is like comparing him to Will Smith, and that's exactly what this is, bro. This is another Will Smith situation, bro. This is a man who is in a committed relationship with a woman that does not like his ass. And that's sad, and that's kind of pathetic. But I feel like if you're gonna make a video about the fact that she doesn't like him, like if you were to make a video about the Will Smith thing, right, where Jada very obviously does not like Will, I feel like you need to approach it in a less misogynistic, weird ass way than what Adonis has done, bro. Because he started this whole thing off. With like trying to like disprove whether or not she was a virgin when she met Akash. Like that was his whole goal when he first started this video. If he would have started this video saying, you know, Akash Singh's wife doesn't like him and I can prove it, like that would have been his thesis statement, then I wouldn't be as hard on him for like 99% of the shit in this video. But the fact that he went at this video specifically about trying to disprove her claims, or not even her claims, Akash's claims of what she claimed, that's where a lot of his stuff became misogyny. He also talks like, I hate his fucking voice. Not his voice. His voice is fine. I hate the way he talks. I hate the way he presents everything as if he's doing some sort of intellectual deep dive shit, and it's really annoying. Like it's mad annoying. I don't like that. Low self-esteem will have you accepting less than the bare minimum treatment. Oh, tell me about it, bro. I did it for years. That's why I'm so happy that I'm like ending this year single, because it's like the first year I've went an entire year without being in any relationship whatsoever since I was like 16. Because I used to be that. Oh, you like me? Oh yeah, let's date. Oh, you like me? Oh yeah, let's date. Because I used to think I couldn't do no better. I gained a lot of self-respect this year, so like I definitely get it. But yeah, no. Everybody in this video is an asshole, bro. I can't. I fucking can't, bro.